What if the secret to becoming a hyper-effective learner wasn't about finding an extra 30 minutes in your day, but was actually hidden inside the most extreme study protocol you could possibly imagine? So let's dive in. We're going to uncover how this marathon approach can totally revolutionize your focus and get you massive results, even if you only have an hour to spare.
I mean, if you're a busy professional, you get it. You've got skills you need to update, industries you have to track, and a stack of books you've been meaning to read for, months now? That pile of things to learn just keeps getting bigger and bigger, while your free time feels like it's shrinking every single day.
And this right here is the core conflict, isn't it? On one side, you've got the reality of your day, just a storm of notifications, back-to-back meetings, and you're constantly switching from one task to another. But on the other side, the deep learning you need to do requires the exact opposite. It needs a quiet space, dedicated, unbroken focus. It really feels like an impossible gap to bridge.
So what if? What if instead of just trying to manage that gap, we looked at a solution that's so extreme it seems completely absurd for a professional schedule? This is where the whole idea for this explainer comes from. A really provocative, kind of out there protocol.
12 hours. Not in a week, in a single day. Just let that sink in for a second. An entire waking day dedicated to nothing but focused study. It sounds impossible, right? Maybe even a little bit crazy. And here it is, the sledgehammer approach, straight from the source. The whole idea is to create such an overwhelming block of time that you have no choice but to achieve total immersion. Now, I know what you're thinking. For a busy professional, this sounds like a complete non-starter. No way. And that is the crucial question. It's so easy to just dismiss this and say, well, only a student with zero other responsibilities could ever attempt that. But instead of dismissing it, let's ask a better question. What hidden principles have to be at play for a 12-hour day to be even remotely effective? Because the answer to that is where the real value is for us. So let's take that sledgehammer and let's break it down. We're going to deconstruct this whole marathon session to find its core components, the fundamental principles that actually allow for that kind of sustained, high-level intensity.
And what you find is that a 12-hour day isn't just about pure stamina. No, it's actually a pretty sophisticated system, and it's built on 3 pillars. First, unbreakable focus. That means a radical commitment to eliminating every single distraction. Second, strategic rest, recognizing that breaks are a vital part of the work, not a reward. And third, and this one is so crucial, a systemized workflow.
Okay, let's zoom in on that idea of a systemized workflow for a sec. This is so key for professionals because it's not about trying harder, it's about working smarter. By creating a pre-planned battle rhythm, where you know exactly what you'll work on and how, you completely eliminate all that decision fatigue that drains your energy before you even get started. It's about saving your mental horsepower for the actual learning.
Okay, so we've got our principles. Now for the most important part. How do we translate this extreme sledgehammer protocol into a precise scalpel that a busy professional like you can actually use to carve out some high-impact learning time?
And this is the absolute key takeaway. We are not aiming for 12 hours. The whole goal is to distill the intensity and the principles from that marathon session and inject them into the 1 or 2 hours you actually have. It's all about achieving a higher quality of focus, not a higher quantity of time.
So here's exactly how we do it. Here's how we translate those marathon principles into a professional's scalpel. Instead of total immersion, you're going to schedule a 90-minute deep work block. It's an unbreakable appointment with yourself on your calendar. Instead of a complex systemized workflow, you use a simple pre-session plan, a 5-minute ritual to just define your one objective for that block. And instead of long breaks, you use a 10-minute reset, a complete digital detox to genuinely recharge your focus.
So let's pull all this together into a new blueprint for your own study sessions. Because remember, it's not about the time on the clock, it's about adopting that underlying mindset of a marathoner, being intentional, structured, and just relentlessly focused.
So here it is, your new blueprint. It's 4 simple steps. First, before you even think about starting, define one single clear objective for the session. Second, ruthlessly eliminate distractions. I mean it. Phone in another room, notifications off, the whole deal. Third, work in an intense, timed block, say 90 minutes. And finally, when that timer goes off, you disconnect completely. Walk away from the screen. Let your brain actually recover.
So that really brings us to the final question for you. We've seen that real productivity comes from structure and intensity, not just from grinding it out and trying harder. So looking at your own work, your own habits, What is the one distraction you will commit to eliminating the next time you need to learn something new? Because your answer to that question, well, that could change everything.